Well, I just seeded all this sand with clover. And what's really cool is it was a perfect storm. So the rain, you can't see it so much, but the rain made all these dimples. And you can see the seed. I don't know if you can see the seed in there, right? But you get all the seed right in there. See all the seed? See how the rain made the dimples and the seed just fit in? So all you have to do is just, rub over. So you can throw out the sand, throw out the seed, and then all you need to do, there's a biwa tree right there, is just, spread the sand and push the seed, because each of the seeds have their own little holes, right? See, they're in there, the seed right in there. And you can just go around with your hand and put them perfectly under the sand. Here's a biwa tree. It's nicely in there. I put a little stick to mark. So every place where there's a stick is a biwa tree. And again, you can see all the seed in here, and all I need to do is I missed a spot going back around. And what's really cool is basically there's ground cover underneath the sand, which is going to trap the trap water and everything else. Here you can see the ground cover exposed right there, and I just put the sand just over it. This is worm food. I'm just creating this incredible salad bar for worms, for fungus, for all these different beneficial things, and just added another layer. So if you time it right, like after a big rain like now, and throw down your seeds, you've got the rain that's made the holes for you, for your seeds to sit in. You've got the soil that now has just been nicely waterlogged and drenched. And ultimately, you're gonna have seed just popping up everywhere. You don't have to worry about birds eating it so much. There's a spot here that I missed. You can just move the seed over. The other thing you can do, something I did over here, and if you wanted to, and I'm thinking about doing it, maybe I'll lay down some plastic, but you can place the seed under the plastic, put it in there, and that's going to create like a greenhouse effect. And I did this on my hugel beds in Japan, and it works really well. And I'm probably maybe do it here. I don't know if I need to do it because Florida is so much warmer, but let me show you over here what I did. So I uncovered this mound, and I've just added clover seed to it and recovered it. Now this is really cool because now this has been primed, and I loved watching this. This was just filling up with water. It's got plastic on there, it's trapping the water, it's going to keep the water in the bed. And what's going to happen is all of this, nitrogen-rich sand is actually going to flip over eventually and cover all this biomatter, and just create this smorgasbord for worms and everything else. And then basically, I'm going to dig another trench kind of where this is, right? And the water is going to basically, this plastic is going to sit in another trench, right? So this plastic's going to fold over. Actually, I gotta figure out how I'm going to do that. I just there's a problem here. How to get well, somehow this plastic is going to sit under. Maybe I'll have to move the soil to the right, dig the hole, and then put all the soil back, because this plastic is also going to catch the water under there. So I'm going to have this water barrier under the ground that's going to trap water and maintain it so every time it rains, there's going to be a path where the rain hits is actually going to be a walkway. That walkway is basically going to be just all this material, this ground cover material, and the water is just going to go seep into here and disappear under. I mean, it won't sit on top. Eventually it will. I don't know how many years, but it doesn't matter. But it's going to create basically this amazing water. But I want to create nitrogen-rich soil, so I'm doing the clover on top of this. It's going to help bind the soil and everything else. And maybe I'll make it a bed. We'll see. Where did all the sand come from, you're wondering? Well, it came from here. And I'm thinking about making this a pond. So I may sink a well right in the middle here. That's what I'm thinking. and then have the well come up and feed this pond and have like a fountain effect where in the middle, and have this. But you know, I don't know how it's going to work or anything else. This is the first time I did it. The other thing is I've also seeded clover now on these beds. Again, these beds are primed with all sorts of seeds and everything else. And you can actually see I missed a spot here, so I got to go back right over here. You can see like I didn't rub, but you can see right in here, you can see how the seeds are sitting in the dimples, right? All you do is just rub it over like that. Right, just rub it over. And clover will start to grow here. That's that. I also sprinkled clover on the ground here, so there's the clover here. I also put clover, sprinkled it up here. And again, I've missed some spots here. I can see the clover here. I just need to just kind of work it in. You know, just you can see the places I missed. So you can go back and rub it in, right, all in here. You can see it, and you're just smoothing out the dimples, right? There's a biwa tree growing right in here. Little biwa tree. It's nicely set it in there with the rain and everything. More herbs, right? And by having these natural, perfect rain dimples is just gonna make this clover just spring up here. If I have a really cold day, I bet that I'll see, you know, humidity coming off of this bed, because it's an active compost heap under this. This bed goes, I don't know if you've seen my other videos, but this bed actually goes about 4 feet deep, and it's just chocker block full of all this organics that I have out there. This one also is equally as deep as that one over there that I'm digging. And originally I was going to make this another compost heap, and I haven't decided yet, because I have all this green stuff and I have all this green stuff. And this is just active ingredient for an amazing compost bed. Plus I have my human manure I can put in here too, in the middle. I put it not on the bottom, on it. My name is Michael Trout. I'm out here in Found Up House, Florida, and we are converting this into basically a hacker house, fab lab / permaculture homestead for people to visit. You know, anyone who's a patron who gets to a certain level will be able to stay here anytime they want for free. Just when you visit Florida, say, hey, is there availability? If there's a bed available, you'll be able to stay here for free at no cost. Those are our stakeholders for Found Ups Corp. This house will be part of Found Ups Corporation in the future. And I am getting it ready, and it'll be a place for teaching and everything else. We're going to convert this forest into a food forest. I'm already got biwa trees going out there. We're going to get all sorts of edible vines, grapes. I'm already have tons of grape seed I'm collecting. You'll be able to stay here. We'll have aquaponics, we'll have hydroponics. You'll be able to learn how to dig a well. Everything is going to be hands-on training. And the cool thing is you can start basically becoming a stakeholder, which means the next time you come to Florida, understand we are about 40 minutes from Disneyland. We've got an Olympic-sized swimming pool. We have tennis courts. We'll take you down to see the manatees. All of this is basically would be part included in your, you know, holiday here. Think of it as an eco entrepreneur holiday in Florida, and don't rain on my iPad. So if you're interested in coming here and learning about permaculture, learning about, you know, renewable energy, learning about all these different cool things, then simply go to foundups.com. Foundups.com, click Join Found Ups, and become a stakeholder for as little as $1 a month. So we already have folks, and I am decided probably when you get to the, I'm going to have different levels for stakeholders, but when you get to a certain level of a stakeholder, and I already know there's a few people out there, KP is one, Swami, Dharam, these are all stakeholders. They've been supporting Found Ups for quite a long time. They have, anytime they want to come here and stay here, you know, they can stay here and bring their family and spend time here in Florida. So I invite you to join me in saving the planet. We're going to launch thousands of Found Up houses. Thousands, that's right, thousands of Found Up houses all over the world. They're going to be in Bangalore. You'll be able to travel from Found Up house to Found Up house, get certification, a Found Up certification, which basically says I could set up my own off-the-grid homestead. Everything from drilling a well, everything from building solar panels, everything from aquaponics and hydroponics. Also, we'll be launching new innovation, right, called Found Ups. We look around the community. What do we need to do? What do we need to fix? What can we provide the community to make it better, to help save our planet? So we'll be launching, out of these thousands of Found Up houses, we'll be launching hundreds of thousands of Found Ups that all exist potentially as they level up, either under one corporation or they launch as their own independent peer-to-peer open corporation. And these corporations are really cool. Imagine corporations in the future, when you buy a Coca-Cola, you get equity in that corporation. Well, that's kind of like a peer-to-peer open corporation. Imagine that in the future corporations, no one can own more than 10,000 shares. It gets capped. So you don't have any, you don't have any of the elites basically controlling and owning a corporation. It's equally owned by the people, for the benefit of the planet. Open corporations help our planet. So we can launch, literally thousands of ideas that are collectively owned and funded, and we can launch all these houses, become an example. Like, none of these houses, this is going to be the first sustainable house in Sugar Mill Woods, the first fully sustainable, which means we have our own water, we have our own electricity, we grow our own food, everything. Which means if the shit hits the fan, we can support 10 houses here. Imagine one Found Up house supporting 10 other houses. And imagine, us growing that way. So like, okay, we can support this, we put one in that neighborhood, they can support all those houses. In the future, you want your groceries, anything else, you just go down to a Found Up house, you pick it up for half the price than you would. Imagine community workers coming in here and helping out. Imagine groups here going and helping other people transform their homes, right, into sustainable things, helping the elderly, like I did recently, helping John build his patio and stuff. I'm going to get John off the water grid. He's got a pool. So I'm going to go and we're going to dig a well, and you can watch these videos. So, there's a huge opportunity here, and I invite you to be part of it. Join Found Ups on foundups.com.